Hey everyone, it's Marcella. I'm back, and we are going to do part one today of 4 short videos. I broke this subject, which is releasing fear, into 4 videos because I wanted to give you really concrete and tangible parts to work with from one week to the next. And then after you've trained and developed each of the parts, you put them together and you have a really clear approach to dealing with those scenarios in your life that wake up fear and make you nervous, anxious, uptight, and uncomfortable in whatever situation you're going into in life. So, part one is going to be identifying where it happens in life and also in your body. So, have a handy little notebook. Mr. Pooh is my releasing fear friend, and a nice pen. And here's what you're going to write down in this notebook. Over the next week, start to look at where you become nervous, where you start to get that uncomfortable feeling that you might use words like you become overwhelmed, you feel out of sorts, you're not grounded, you're anxious, your anxiety levels up, you're scattered, right? Like, look at the scenario that happens to you more frequently. In my case, I would call it when I get really wound up. That's where I know, okay, there's a lot of fear happening in this moment, and I want to do something to release it so that it doesn't control me, but that rather I can benefit from the energy of it. All right? So in your little book, over the next 2 weeks, you will write down situations where it happens. I walk into a party where I only know the host. I started a new class. I have to go and talk to my partner about finances. I'm going on a first date. I've gone on that first date and it went well, and I hope he or she calls me back. I want to take on a new project. I want to leave my job. I have a lot to do. My to-do list is really long. I woke up late and I'm going to hit traffic. So many little scenarios in life, right? But you just start to write them down so that your attention starts to go out to these moments that we kind of prefer ignore, and yet it builds up energy in our body, and it becomes uncomfortable, and it overtakes us. Once you've got those scenarios, and I don't care how silly they are or how seemingly irrelevant, or at the same time as you're looking at those scenarios, let's say, start to identify where does fear get stuck in your body. So pick 3 areas. It's for sure a full body experience, but let's just work with 3 areas, okay? For most of us, there's something that happens here in the stomach. Now, we may experience it differently from one person to the next, right? Some people, it may just feel like a big hole. It may feel really gripped and tight, like a knot. It may feel like there's a constant flutter of energy. This area, maybe it's your shoulders are tight and your jaw. This can be one example. It could be that your knees become weak, your butt tightens, and you can't take a big breath because there's some pressure in your chest. So you see what I'm talking about? 3 things in the body and describe them. And we will move on to part 2 in 2 weeks. So check back here. And if you like the video, just hit like below and send it on to some friends if you think that it's applicable. See you in a couple of weeks.